Okay, we are over here on the east side of the garage. This is the electric power coming into the house, and the electric power, okay, we do not have a protective sleeve, a slip joint on this power coming up out of the ground to relieve pressure between the structure and the ground when it's moving. We've got a 200 amp breaker, meter. Meters should be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture from getting into the wall. And we're going to go around here to the main load center. Some people call it the electric service panel. Some people call it the breaker box. Call it what you will. When you go into Home Depot, you say what you want. They'll say, okay, the load centers are over here. So we're just going to expedite that conversation. There is no code that says I have to condemn this breaker box, this load center, this electric service panel. There isn't a code that says that I have to condemn it based on its manufacturer. However, this load center is going to be easier for you to buy than it is going to be for you to sell, because this is about the most unpopular load center breaker box there is out there. It's a Federal Pacific. It's got a notorious reputation. I know 2 people's houses. I personally know 2 people's houses that have burned and was traced back to the Federal Pacific Electric Load Center. And I know of numerous others. And I got all kinds of information baked into your inspection report. It's not going to be in the deficiency that this is a Federal Pacific panel. It's not going to be in this as a deficiency. But I'm going to have lots in my opinions, lots of my observations and opinions, and lots of documentation. And again, it's your home investment. So we do not have a main disconnect on the other side of the principal, on the other side of the wall, which we should. We don't have a main principal inside of here. I get it. 6 throws or less. So this 60 goes down to these. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5. That could be considered a disconnect. Okay, but it's not a principal. This was okay when the home was built, maybe, but it's not a main principal. We do not have a main principal. We do not have a main principal located on the other side of the wall. We do not have protective covers over L1 and L2. And then, when our neutral comes in, if you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this box. I get it. Your main neutral coming in here, alright, that's supposed to be wrapped with 5 straps of white tape. If you don't know that's the main neutral, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. But it's supposed to be idiot-proof. I didn't make that rule up. It's supposed to have white tape on it. We're supposed to have our grounding location and our bonding location posted inside of this cabinet. We do not have that. We do not have a surge protector. I already mentioned that. And when coming over here, this is the 30 amp for your clothes dryer. That should be GFCI protected. That's a safety device. It should be GFCI protected. And then we come over here, and we've got our 40 amps for our range. That should have a, is that right? Oven, okay. That should have a lockout on it so that you can turn that off, service the oven, and then come back out here and turn it on without fear of being electrocuted. Alright, so if that's true, then it gets down to our air conditioning. It's 50 amps, and that seems a little large, but you know what? It's not. I read the label. It's a 4-ton system, but it takes a 50 amp breaker. I don't know why exactly, but that's the truth. But we got like white hots. If you don't know that's a white hot right there, that's supposed to be wrapped with black tape. If you don't know that's a white hot, then you don't belong in this box. But it's supposed to be identified as a safety advice. Just like you're supposed to put white tape on that, you're supposed to put black tape on that. Then we come down here on this bus bar right here. It's okay. This is the main principle. Your grounds and your neutrals do marry. They can join. They're supposed to come back to the panel. This is it. And bond. And they did. But, however, you're not supposed to double lug neutrals. Neutrals carry current. Ground wires are just there for an emergency. Neutral wires double lug, carrying current. Not supposed to be done that way. Let's go on over here on this Federal Pacific panel here. What else can we find? We can find some stuff. Okay, see the way it says oven, range, air conditioner, and dryer? Okay, there we are. So we should have 2 lockouts up here. GFCI. Okay, and so come over here. See those little stickers? Those are wonderful. Get it down here. We don't have any notations. All we got is just like some scribbling. Okay, it's handwriting. This is not properly labeled. It's supposed to have stickers like that on it. All the way down. Everything's supposed to be identified. Not supposed to be guessing. Well, the light's on. Not yet. How about now? Not yet. You know, you don't have to do that. So what do we learn? Our meter should have been sealed. We don't have a main principal on the outside. We don't have a main principal on the inside. We do not have protective covers on our L1 and L2. Our neutral line is not wrapped with white tape. We've got white hot circuit breakers. We do not have GFCI on the clothes dryer. We do not have lockouts for the oven and the range. The white hots are not wrapped with black tape. The neutral is not wrapped with white tape. We got double lugged neutrals on our bus bar. And we got hand labeling on the cabinet. And we got a big old open knockout. You think a fire can jump down there? I do. And bundling. Forgot about bundling. We're learning. We're learners. Alright, see that big old, see all those wires coming in there? They're not supposed to be coming in there like that. You see all these little guys? And these little knockouts are only supposed to bring in 2 at a time. Those are for L1 and L2, like right there, you know, goes out that hole. That's what those are for. Those big holes, those big knockouts. This one right here is not for the whole crew. Okay, we got little knockouts all around here, little knockouts for the, you know, not supposed to bring more than 2 in at a time. That's called bundling.